BBC News with Zoe Diamond. A year after the first shots were fired in South Sudan's civil war, aid agencies are warning that the conflict risks becoming a forgotten tragedy. Fighting between forces loyal to President Salva Kiir and those of his former deputy has destroyed several major towns. Both sides have been accused of atrocities, including killing civilians because of their ethnicity.
BBC News at midday. David Cameron is due to close the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham around now with a speech promising that the Tories will increase spending on the NHS for another 5 years if they win the next election. The pledge means health will be a key battleground because Labour have also promised to increase NHS funding. The RAF has carried out more airstrikes on Islamic State targets in Iraq. During a patrol in support of Iraqi troops west of Baghdad, 2 Tornado planes destroyed 2 vehicles being used by Islamic State militants.
BBC News with Montgomery. President Petro Poroshenko has said Sunday's unauthorized elections in rebel-held areas of eastern Ukraine have put the entire peace process in jeopardy. In a televised address, Mr. Poroshenko said his government would never recognize the ballots in the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, which he called a blatant violation of the Minsk peace agreement.
BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. President Obama has addressed the nation to outline sweeping changes to the US immigration system. He said he would take executive action to grant temporary legal status to some 5 million illegal immigrants, mostly parents of American citizens and permanent residents who had lived in the country for 5 years. He said that to be eligible, they'd have to pay taxes and have no criminal record.
Some news just in, President Obama has announced that the United States is changing its relationship with Cuba. He described it as the most significant change in policy in more than 50 years, which he said would begin a new chapter. And that's the latest from BBC World Service News. I'm Eileen McKue.
BBC News at midnight. This is Susan Ray. David Cameron's plans to limit immigration have been dealt a further blow after warnings from some of his European allies that they will not support his attempt to reduce EU migration to the UK. Ed Miliband has dismissed as nonsense reports that some of his own MPs want him to resign, amid growing alarm about Labour's standing in the polls.
It's 6:30. I'm Sally Swinfen. For the first time, a financial cost has been attached to the fire at the Assembly Rooms in Derby. The City Council estimates the damage as having cost £5.5 million. An announcement about the future of the building has been delayed until March. Derby City Council's denied its CCTV enforcement is a money-making exercise. It's extending the scheme today to cover bus lanes. BBC Radio Derby's learned that bad parking on just 2 streets in the city has been responsible for more than 500 fines since March.